So before we get going, I just want to let you know, if you look in the notes of today's video, the very top note is a link for a Google Sites page I started with all of my videos, trailheads for each video, notes about each video. If it's a historical place, I'll put links in for any kind of history or anything involved with it. But I have about 3/4 of the videos on there. I'm still working on it. You'll see today's as one of the newer ones. So check back on that if you want to look more into some of these places that I go, more into the history of some of these places, and so you can kind of see where it's at and how to get there. There's also a KML file link. I have instructions on how to do the KML stuff on another link up top of on the top of the page. So yeah, here we go. So I am in Columbia, Pennsylvania, Downhexhighway County. I'm going to be riding on the Northwest River Trail, which runs along the Susquehanna River from Columbia to just towards Harrisburg. So I've done a little bit of this before, not a lot of it. It's a pretty decent trail. So yeah, check it out. So that is the Wright Ferry Bridge. It's the 5th to hold that name. What's interesting about that was back in the 1860s, there used to be a covered bridge here that stretched from Columbia across the river. And you could see the old pylons there. They had in the 1860s, when the Confederates were coming north, right before the Battle of Gettysburg, volunteers had mined the bridge because it was one of the only ways to get across the river, and an easy access to get to Harrisburg. So the 1860s they mined it, and then when the Confederates got closer, they lit it on fire, and then the whole thing burned down within 6 hours. So. Hey, look, it tells me my speed. I'm doing 11. Just off the trail here is an old iron furnace. The old brickwork. About a half mile down from the starting point. These ruins back here are part of the old Henry Clay furnace. See another wall back here. One of the couple of furnaces that lined the Susquehanna River to use the anthracite to make iron ore. So that big rock looking thing is actually iron ore. It was part of Chicky's Furnace number 1, which was one of the iron ore furnaces that were along the Susquehanna River here. So this whole area was all another furnace at one point. So this is we're at the Musselman Vesta furnace site. These are old concrete railroad piers that the trains used to go up above there, and they were elevated so they could dump ore underneath for the furnace. So we're about a mile outside of Marietta. Gonna walk back to here and see what this is all about. And that was one of the oil sheds for the hoist. Used to hoist the coal up top of the furnace. It's a cool little area here. You can kind of see that building was part of the furnace that's mostly gone now. An old building tucked back in here. Probably part of the furnace too. Maybe a storage shed. Could have been like a storage shed maybe. So we'll end it, it's about 9 3/4 miles. So it's gonna be about, almost 20 miles. Behind me right there is the Lancaster County Waste to Energy Plant. They take a whole bunch of, municipal waste, and they turn it into energy. It's like a power plant that burns our crap. So that's pretty neat. So yeah, we'll head back now. This little guy was in the middle of the trail, and wanted to move him off the trail just to make sure he didn't get squished. So they are pretty cool, crawling up my arm here. So what's really good about them in our area is they eat our lanternflies. So we'll move him off the trail here, make sure he doesn't get all squishified. Hi, little squirrel. Running over squirrels today. And that's Chickies Rock. That is a climbing favorite of the area, and I'll put that in my cold day in hell file. So that was like 18 and 9/10, 19 miles on the Susquehanna River Trail. Starting in Columbia, ending up, I don't know, 9 miles that way. So, really cool trails, paved all the way, except for that little shortcut that cuts through the woods. So, it's definitely something to check out while you're down in Columbia. You can go to the Turkey Hill ice cream place. It's like 2 blocks up. It's a Turkey Hill experience, if you want ice cream. So yeah, pretty cool trail. Again, if you like these videos, check them out. You can send me a message, or you can follow me on Instagram, Moxie79, Downhex on Twitter, or email me downhexhighway@gmail.com. Check out the show notes for the directions page that I have set up. information page that I had set up. And if you like it, you know, make sure you guys subscribe, share them with your friends, get out and do some exploring of your own. So until next time, see ya.